Hello guys and welcome back to another tutorial. Last time we learned how to use the arrow keys to move a player on on our screen and set the boundary and set restrictions for it to not go out of the Java frame. I have set mine as follows. So the way I have set mine is as such. My player, if it goes beyond the left wall, it comes out of the right one, and if it goes beyond the right one, it comes out of the left. It cannot go lower than this, and it cannot go above this specific boundary. And I have done so to ensure that our player does not go out of the Java frame. And as shown in the previous tutorial, this is the code for it, and I have made the horizontal speed of a player to be slightly more than our vertical speed, because the ball that we are going to learn how to draw today is going to be very fast and difficult to catch. So let's start with the today's tutorial, guys. What I would want you to do is just make two new variables, ball position x and ball position y, and go ahead to set it to any initial value like 50 and 50 as I have. And what you would need to do is go to paint component to actually draw the ball like I have already. I've set the color of the ball to be red, and I have used the oval shape, the oval method, fill oval method, to draw the ball and put its position as ball x and ball y, and it's a 10 by 10 ball, as you can see. So right over there's a ball, and so what we would need to do next is actually move the ball on the screen. So let's go ahead and do that. And where would we do it? Well, of course, in action perform. So for this, what you would need to do is make two new variables, ball velocity x and ball velocity y. What this is supposed to provide us is with the direction and the speed of the ball. So I set the speed of the ball to be already 2 and 2, both its x and y speed, but their direction will be decided. So let's go ahead and try to move the ball. So for that, what you would need to do is make ball y, and to that add ball velocity y, and also to its x position do the same. And of course, never forget this method repaint to call back. So what this does is that we are of course changing the ball's y and x position, but when it's not getting displayed until you call repaint method. And when you do call repaint method, it calls back paint component and change the ball's x and y position and displays it on our screen, as you can see now. So as you can see, the ball is completely moving on a screen. Of course, it will not react and interact with its surrounding, not just yet, but I guess we can fix that. So before you call repaint, I have already typed out and set the restrictions for the ball. So of course, the Java frame is 600 by 600, and so are the restrictions. This is for its x position. If it crosses 595, we are going to reverse its position. So hence why the ball's velocity x, which is the direction, is equal to minus ball velocity x. That means its direction, x direction, has been reversed. And so is the case for the other two walls, the top wall and the left wall. And I've already set that out. But let's say we would want it to also react with our player. Well, for that, what you would need to do is, of course, go ahead and make another if. And what you would need to do in this is that you would need to make a rectangle object and check if it intersects with another rectangle object, of course. So what is this rectangle object? Well, this is to check that we are going to make a new rectangular object just at the exact position where our ball is, and we are going to also compare it with another rectangular object which is our player. So let's make it the exact position and size of our ball, which is ball X and ball Y position, and the size 2, and let's do that for our player as well. So let's set it to player X and player Y and make it the exact size as our player is. And of course what would need to happen this time around again is that whenever the ball bounces off of our player, we want its Y position to be reversed, of course. So of course you would do the same exact thing and change its velocity, Y velocity, and let's see if it works now. And as you can see, it does react with the walls and also with our player. Of course our player can transition from left to right or right to left, and as you can see the ball just fell through and we have lost. So one more thing that I would want to add is that if you can notice, for my lower boundary I have set my player's Y boundary level to be at 542. Well, why at 542? If you remember, even if you remember, I have already made my Java frame to 600 by 600. Why isn't it 600 and 540 instead? Well, that's because the space below our uh, well, as you can see where the player is right now, this is 540, this is not 600. The space below is 600. Well, that's because in Java, when you are making a Java frame, if that is not, it is not actually the exact size as you have set it to be. It is rather smaller than that, and what is visible to you is only 540 and the rest 60 is not visible, but it still exists. The rest 60 is not visible to the player, and that is the reason why I have set it to be 540. So go ahead and make the walls accordingly and boundaries however you like. And one more thing that I would like to add in this is that uh, also remember to import this line, specifically javax.swing.timer. It is very important. I too ran into some troubles because simply because that line was not added already there. And in the next tutorial we are going to add breaks and make a map, and we are going to keep a score counter and also display a message when the ball falls through, that if the player has lost and how much score they made. So this is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.